The Real Take, your weekly real estate news you need to know. Brought to you by Joe Kehrig, one of the most accomplished real estate professionals in the United States. Sponsored by Blueprint to Success, High Performance Real Estate Coaching.
Hi everyone, welcome to The Real Take, the weekly real estate news you need to know. Hi, my name is Joe Kehrig. This week we're going to talk about, I've seen a lot of articles about open houses and whether they're good or they're bad, they're a waste of time or whatever. Well, here's my take on it. And it's not just my take, it's from real life experience in my 41 years of professionally on real estate. You know, back 40 years ago, for the last 40 years, I can't think of anything that's more productive for less cost than open houses. Literally, it costs almost nothing to do, and it's only your time. And you have people coming to you that basically, not all, but a lot of them are looking to purchase a home. And you've basically put out almost no money. So as far as low cost, I encourage new agents getting into the business. I absolutely encourage them to fill their pipeline, through open houses. So you definitely want to do open houses, but you want to make sure you do them right. Now, we've heard the term mega open houses and all of that. I think they're all basically good, but you do want to have a successful open house. So here's a couple things to remember is when you set up an open house, you want to basically decide, hey, am I going to have food? Am I going to have drinks there? And always remember to check with the homeowner, because sometimes the homeowner doesn't want food in there, having people walking around with the food. But I would always try to have something there, some sort of snacks. Make the people stick around a little bit where you can chat with them. And then you want to schedule some help with a lending partner, with another agent. Always good to have a lender there that can talk to them, that people don't feel quite as threatened. That's where a lot of times, if I have an inside sales person, it's always a lender that will make the phone calls, because, they're not trying to sell someone a house. So, and everyone wants to know what they can afford. So having a lender there is a great tool. So you always want to make sure you have a lender or two that can help you with the open houses. The other thing you want to do is you want to, the pre-open house, you want to do the sign with the riders, especially if you're in a busy area. I always like putting open Sunday, open Saturday and Sunday on the sign rider to get more people out there. Then you've heard this before, door knock the neighborhood. Invite the people, in the one or two streets around there, the 50 people around there, to the open house. Not only will you make great contact, because the best thing about an open house, you want to pick the right open house. Now, if it's your own listing, hopefully it's priced right, it's in the area that you normally work. But there's nothing wrong with doing other people's open houses, even from other companies. Go do their open houses if they're in your neighborhood and they're priced right. The last thing you want to do is an open house that's overpriced, because the neighbors will come through and go, oh my God, if you can get $500,000 for this house, come list my house, and it's only worth $400,000. So now you have two overpriced listings. So make sure it's priced right. Hopefully it is if it's your own listing or if it's someone else's. And always make sure you prepare for it. Do mail, and not only knock doors, but do the mail, the email, social media, Facebook, post on Facebook. We had one open house where we knew in one city a lot of the buyers were coming up from another city for that. And we boosted on Facebook. I think it cost us $12. And we had 50 people through the open house, and we checked with the agent around the corner, and they had like 5. And so again, social media and boosting it, if you can get to the right crowd, is a great tool. Promote it on all your different portals. Here's the important thing too. Make sure, if it's your listing, you should already know this, but if it's not, or even if it is and you don't, visit all the comparable properties. Know what's for sale, because obviously you have to be an asset and a resource while you're there. So that's all pre stuff. On the open house, and you'll see a training after this that will give you a lot of this information, but on the day of the open house, put out at least 10 to 12 signs. Put them all over. That's why I always encourage my team. We pay someone to put out open house signs for us, and we put them way out there, because I will tell you, I can send out a newsletter to my geographical farm, and it might cost me $1,000. If I put out 10 or 12 signs around that area, I'm actually going to get more bang for my buck. Well, I'll definitely get more bang for my buck because one cost me zero and one's cost me $1,000. But that zero I'm spending probably gets me more exposure than the 1,000 that I didn't spend. And now, once you're at the open house, greet everyone as they come in. You don't know how they're dressed, what they're like, whether they're a potential buyer, but greet everyone, and then give general information about the home. You don't want to attack them. You just want to greet them. Hi, my name is Joe Kehrig. Hey, thanks for coming by and visiting. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. It's priced at $500,000. And I always say, please take a walk through. And again, my name's Joe. If you have any questions. I let them walk through. Hey, come sign the guest book. Hey, the seller requires you to sign. No, that's bogus, as we probably know anyway. Because first, I want to get them to like me and trust me a little bit and kind of be an asset and a resource to them. And I will ask them when they come in, I will ask, simple qualifying. Hey, do you live in the neighborhood? Have you been out there looking for long? What are you kind of looking for? I'll just kind of ask that a little bit because, a lot of times, I'm just a neighbor next door. And, you want to be friendly and everything because that neighbor might want to sell their house. But at the same point, sometimes you get to a point where you have 3 or 4 people. And the last thing you want to do is, it's kind of like, he who chases, 2 chickens catches none of them because you're fragmented out there. No, you need to pick one person. You need to focus on that person and have a conversation with them. But if you have little general, conversations with them before they go out and look at the home, you'll have a pretty good idea of which one you should focus on. So just ask simple questions and then leave them alone. And then once they're done, ask them how they liked the home. And, what did they think of it? In most cases, they're going to say, well, we wanted an extra bedroom. We wanted that. My only goal when I have an open house is to get them to sign get them signed up on our private home search. And in the training below, there'll be a link that you'll see the form that I use. And it actually says what city, how many bedrooms, how many baths, what price range, what amenities you want. And I'll say, hey, listen, look, it's difficult when you're out there looking because you never know what you're walking into. And it's a tough way to look at homes. I can put you on a private home search and, within minutes, the minute that a home comes on the market, you'll get notified on it because the nicest listings, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, are selling the quickest, or selling within hours and days. And I'll say, hey, listen, I don't even need your phone number, just your email address. And then it's something for them to fill out. I'll start filling it out saying, now you're looking in this city, right? Any other cities you're looking in? Okay, you said you're looking for at least 4 bedrooms. And I'll fill it out for them by asking a question. I'll go, sure. Then I get their name and their email address. And what I'll basically, I said I don't need their phone number, but when I'm done filling out the sheet, I'll go, hey, John and Mary, sometimes homes come on the market and they don't even hit the MLS. And if the perfect home came on the market, can I have permission I'll just reach out to you and let you know about it. And they'll go, well, sure. Okay, well then let me just get your phone number. So I get the phone number after I talk to them, in 90% of the cases that I'll get it. Then after the open house, set them up on the private home search, check their database to see if you can get their address if you don't have it, so you kind of know where they live. Send them an email, thank you. And then what I always look at, our tour day is on Thursday, and that's where all the new homes come on the market. So what I'll do is I'll shoot them an email at the beginning of the week, and then I'll shoot them an email on Thursday saying, hey, listen, a couple new listings came on. You probably already got the email notification. These are 2 great listings. I'm available Saturday or Sunday morning before the open house. Let me know if you want to go out. Here's the thing is, don't expect that you're going to go into an open house and you're just going to pick someone up as a client. This is the most important decision. You have to prove that you're an asset and a resource to that client first. So once you've done that for a couple of weeks and you're staying in touch and building that relationship, then you can ask them for the business. Sit there and say, hey, listen, I just wanted to know, number one, can we work together? I want to be able to give you 110%. But first, don't ask them that right off the hand. And the other thing too, when someone comes in the open house, I never ever ask them if they're working with a real estate professional. The reason why is because sometimes they'll just tell you that they are just because they don't want you, bugging them. And the minute someone says they're working with a real estate professional, then it's hands off. You leave them alone because you have to be ethical about that. And I know some agents aren't, most agents are. So by the time now I've been nice, I've let them gone through, I haven't pressured them, and then I've been helpful, I've been an asset and a resource, then I'll get a chance. Because sometimes they maybe just know an agent, but after you have a chance to work with them, they see what you're all about, then maybe you can pick them up as a client. You're not stealing them from anybody. So hopefully that helps. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Not only get these weekly updates, but you also get connected to the training, after this video. And then also you'll get the sheet that you'll see that I use to fill out for buyers when they come through. Very easy to use. You just walk them on through it. So thanks again for joining us this week. Can't wait to see you next week. And as always, honor the journey. Thank you.